This time I'll call August 27th meeting of the Murray City Council to order. Welcome to our guest. After a moment of reflection, I'll ask Councilman Streeter to lead us in the pledge.
Please join me in allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is to consider the minutes of the August 13th council meeting.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve those minutes. Any discussion? Not all in favor, please say aye. Opposed, no. The minutes are approved. And the mayor's report. I'll just give you a brief update on COVID. I know you read the paper. August was a tough month. There were 213 positive cases just in the month of August in Callaway County. That's the first 27 days. A total of 382, so well over half of the cases that we've had came in August. So the report this week, if you're knocking on wood, has been better so far. This week has been 4, 5, 3, and 8, which is much better than last week where we had days of 9, 18, 15, and 19. So we're hoping that these positive numbers will continue to go down. I do think that although we see a lot of people that aren't wearing masks, we do think that more and more people are wearing masks. I want to compliment the Murray State students. I see them walking down the street and they're still wearing their mask. And I think they're taking it seriously, evidently. You know, most of the time you're told that when you're out by yourself outside, you won't need to wear your mask, but I see them walking around outside and they've got their mask on. And so in talking with the health people and hospital people, it appears the biggest culprit right now is group gatherings, activities that take place with larger groups. And as someone wrote, you can wear their mask in the hallowed halls, but after you leave the hallowed halls of the building, it's hard to control. And so I encourage everyone to continue to do whatever we did this week, and let's keep those numbers down. I get lots of questions about when's the brush pickup going to start. I talked to Mr. Albritton today, and he's going to have an announcement probably next week on when that's going to start, but we're going to hire some temporary help and get that done. With all the wet weather and the warm weather, it's been very difficult to keep the cemetery looking like they like to keep it looking. And that's where most of the workers have been really all summer, because we still haven't had any inmate help. So soon we'll be making an announcement, and we apologize they haven't been picked up. I know they've been in a lot of people's yard for a long time. And so thank you for your patience on that. I'll now hear a report from Mr. Hudspeth from the Public Works Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Public Works Committee met at 6 o'clock this evening. Members of the committee are Mr. Jeremy Bell, Ms. Rose Elder, Mr. John Mark Roberts, Ms. Alice Rouse, and Dr. Terry Streeter. One item on our agenda We are considering changing the hydraulic pump, one of our well pumps, from a hydraulic to a water lubrication pump. One bid came in from Lane Christensen Company at $62,500. There was $60,000 in the budget. We'll be back at some point to get a budget amendment for the rest of that, but the committee overwhelmingly and unanimously decided to go with this bid. So at this time, I would make a motion that we accept the bid from Lane Christensen Company for $62,500 for conversion of a hydraulic well pump to a water lubrication pump.
There's a motion and a second on the floor to approve the bid for the pump. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed likewise? The bid is accepted. Clerk, you have another item?
That's all from Public Works.
Okay, let's hear from the Personnel and Finance Committee, please, sir.
Thank you, sir. Personnel and Finance Committee met at 6:10. Members of that committee are Wesley Boland, Rose Elder, Monica Christian, and Pat Seaver. Two items on our agenda. Item number 8, ordinance number 2020-1799. That ordinance is reducing our regulatory license fee on alcohol from 8% to 5%. We talked about this at our last meeting over the months, due to some litigation and mediation has got us to where this is what we're proposing. The committee unanimously accepted this recommendation, and it's number 7 on your agenda, Mr. Mayor. You can take it now, we can take it later.
Let's take it now. I'll ask the clerk to read the ordinance.
Ordinance number 2020-1799, first reading. An ordinance amending City of Mary Public Ordinances 118 alcoholic beverages drugs, specifically 118-023 regulatory license fee, subsection A, in order to reduce the license fee of 8% of gross sales to the current established regulatory license fee of 5% of gross sales. This ordinance shall be effective October 1st, 2020.
Thank you.
Second item on our agenda, Mr. Mayor, was the financing of the fire department. As you know, last meeting, we voted to build the fire department, borrowing $3 million, and gave the mayor and his office permission to go out and find some good bids. This time, Mr. Mayor, I'll turn it over to you. You can tell the council what great rates you got and what a great job you did on going out and securing this loan.
Yes, sir, we did have 3 local banks to tell us that they would be interested in bidding on this project, and so we did receive 3 bids, CFSB, FNB, and the Murray Bank. We asked them to give us a bid on a 10-year loan and a 15-year loan, and then we would try to decide which one we would recommend. All of the rates were for the 10-year, and these are fixed rates. All of them for the 10-year fix were under 2%, and that was encouraging to us. And 2 of the 15 years were under 10%, under 1%. And then we showed you what the payment breakdown would be on 15 years and 10 years. And I discussed this with Mr. Osborne and Ms. White, and we feel like that that we can, the city can afford the payments on the 10-year loan, and it would save the city a significant amount of money by not having to pay those extra 5 years. So we made the recommendation to accept the bid from CFSB for a 10-year, $3 million loan. Okay, did you
I would so move.
Okay.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve that recommendation on the financing of the fire station. Any questions or discussions? If not, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed likewise? And I hear none, so that bid from CFSB is approved, and we're very thankful for all 3 banks for their interest in working with us and for all that they do for our community. Well, we need to go in executive session again, but this time it's not for litigation. thank goodness. It is to talk about the potential sale or purchase of property.
Mr. Mayor, pursuant to KRS 61.8101B, for the purpose of deliberation on the future acquisition and sale of real property, I make a motion, we go in executive session.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to enter executive session. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.